It's safe to say that I didn't really get much sleep in 2017, and I pretty much blame these games. Welcome back everyone to MGN's YouTube channel, and I hope you've been keeping well as we're approaching the big day where we all roll around presents galore. Before we begin this week's top 5, I ask you all to seek out that big red subscribe button below and give it a hit, and look for that thumbs up button and give it a like. Make sure to also ding that bell to keep in the know of all MGN content. 2017 is coming close to an end, and we've seen so many games released this year that received massive accreditation online. Here are my top 5 games of 2017. Let the listing commence! – 2017 saw a lot of reboots in the gaming world, one of which was Resident Evil 7. The game is a fantastic piece of gaming horror. Res 7 put you in a first-person perspective and makes rounding every corner unknown and nerve-wracking. The atmosphere in the game was really well done, and being put in a closed-off house with a crazy family looking to kill you really didn't help calm you down. It's a great change of pace from the previous game's over-the-top action, but still holds true to the Resident Evil franchise as you juggle inventory and back away from large abominations, focusing more on smaller spaces and fewer characters as you search the baker's house for your missing wife. As you progress through the storyline, you deal with all of the family members before the climax to the story, which transitions to a much larger problem for the protagonist. Resident Evil has come a long way.
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. You shouldn't have done that! It f***ing hurts!
Cuphead received a massive reaction in the gaming world once it got released in 2017. The game utilized cartooning techniques pioneered way back in the 1930s and captured the visual fidelity of that era. Mixed with some classic jazzy tunes, hand-animated characters, fantastic level design, and difficulty levels to the max, the game saw a wide range of reactions and love from all type of gamers. The game is largely composed of increasingly demanding boss fights that requires fast reflexes, proficient pattern recognition, and above all else, patience. If you're able to get through all of that, you'll find that Cuphead is a standalone game on its own and one of the few masterpieces to be released this year. Zelda is one of the oldest franchises in the gaming world and continues to expand as the years progress, but it's safe to say that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild could potentially be one of the best games Nintendo has ever made. Even though the storyline brings forth a menacing antagonist Ganon and the usual plot of saving Hyrule and Zelda, you can honestly lose hundreds of hours just hang gliding from one puzzle-filled mini-dungeon to the next. The game brought forth so many options for the player to choose from. It even integrated the elements of an RPG genre, developing weapons, customizing character apparel, imbuing unknown amounts of buffs to an omelet. Breath of the Wild was an over-ambitious game to develop, and Nintendo did a fantastic job at throwing out what didn't help the genre and implemented what fans were looking for. Link never looked better in my opinion. Nintendo seemed to have been on the ball for 2017 and jumped out their biggest Mario adventure to date, both in terms of Mario jetting off around the world to save Peach, again, but also in the sheer amount of content that Nintendo has jammed into this game. Throughout the game, you visit vast new kingdoms, search for power moons and collectibles, don different hats and abilities, and overall have a different yet similar experience in the Mario genre. Nintendo took a risk, and frankly it paid off as Super Mario Odyssey pushed the limits of what Mario could do and made his franchise feel like new once again. Not to mention Mario still munches down on shrooms. We still haven't really said anything about that, have we? During its release in 2017, PlayerUnknown Battleground was a hit right away. In the game, up to 100 players parachute onto an island and scavenge for weapons and equipment to kill others while avoiding getting killed themselves. The available safe areas of the game map decreases in size over time, directing surviving players into tighter areas to force encounters and an overall victor. The last player or team standing wins the round. The game was released in early access on Steam in March of 2017. It has since sold over 20 million copies and held a peak concurrent player count of over 2 million, making it the most played game on that platform. The developer is still pushing updates and content release as time progresses and is in competition with other platform gamers who are utilizing similar styles and game mechanics taken from the PlayerUnknown Battleground game. Sometimes you just can't beat the original. Those were my top 5 for the week. What are your favorite game or games released in 2017, and are you still playing them now? Make sure to share down below in the comment section. Remember guys, to hit that like, make sure to look for that big red subscribe button and ding that bell to know when MGN uploads content. 2017 is held in high regards as many publishers and developers pushed the boundaries this year when it came to games, especially since VR and graphics hardware is at its best that's ever been, and I believe that we are in a turning point in the gaming industry where gaming is at its best, and frankly I can't wait to see where we go from here.
What do you see?